Hello and welcome to Himalayan Dawn. Today we are at Survey of India, Hathibarkala, because Hathibarkala printing press has a strong connection with Republic Day, and today is the Republic Day. Did you know that the five first copies of our Constitution was not printed in Delhi, but were printed here in the press of Survey of India, Hathibarkala. As photography is not allowed inside the premises of Survey of India due to security reasons, we were not able to shoot inside. We are standing just outside the gate of Survey of India printing press. It was here, in the quiet hills of Dehradun, that the first five copies of our Constitution were published. Today we tell you the story and also the heartbreaking fate of the machines that printed it.
The process began with the original handwritten manuscript of the Constitution, a document that was itself a work of art. The English version was written in exquisite calligraphy by the renowned calligrapher Prem, Behari, Narain, Raizada, while the Hindi version was penned by Vasant, Krishna, Vaidya. These manuscripts were then artistically illustrated by legendary artist Nandalal Bose along with his team from Shantiniketan, turning the Constitution into a visual and cultural symbol of India's freedom. The original handwritten manuscript was then converted into a printable form using Photo-Lithographic technology at the Survey of India in Dehradun. The entire work was carried out within the premises of Survey of India's Photo-Lithographic press at Hathibarkala. Every step was performed with extraordinary care and precision to ensure that each copy looks exactly like the original handwritten manuscript. At that time, this work was considered a remarkable example of Indian technical skill and craftsmanship. Before the Constitution was formally enforced on 26 January 1950, these five major copies were completed and carefully preserved. When the work was finished, the first and the second copies were retained in Dehradun itself. One of these historic copies was handed over to the Indian Military Academy in Dehradun, while the second was placed at the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, or Labasna as it's called, in Missouri. The remaining three copies were sent to Delhi, one to Rashtrapati Bhavan, one to Lok Sabha Secretariat, and one to Rajya Sabha Secretary. These five copies were immense historical significance because they represent the very first printed glimpses of Indian Constitution that the world ever saw. From these, further official copies of the Constitution were later produced. To print this historic reproduction, the Survey of India used massive British manufactured lithographic machines, the Soviet and Monarch models, built by Nandalal Bose and Sons of the United Kingdom. These machines were later used to print the first 1,000 official copies of the Constitution of India. One of those original printed copies remain preserved even today inside the Survey of India's Northern Printed Division in Dehradun. But while the Constitution survived, the machine that helped give it a physical form did not. According to media reports, the very machine that printed the Constitution of India were eventually declared obsolete, dismantled, and sold as scrap for around 1.5 lakh rupees. The lithographic plate used in printing the Constitution were also auctioned off to scrap dealers long ago. The printing press is closed today. The Survey of India officials later told that machines were outdated, extremely expensive to maintain, and occupy large amount of space, and could no longer use the modern technology. According to the officials, the department had to move forward.
The Survey of India has since announced plans for a museum where replicas of similar printing machines, photographs, and historical information about the printing of the Constitution will be displayed. But the original machines, the ones that actually printed India's founding documents, are gone forever. On this Republic Day, the story forces us to pause and reflect. We celebrate the Constitution with parades, speeches, and ceremonies, yet the physical symbol of its creation was quietly reduced to scrap. Dehradun played a foundational role in shaping the Republic of India, but that legacy has remained largely unspoken and in parts dismantled. This is not just a story about old machines, it is a story about how we value our history, how we preserve our democratic memory, and what we choose to remember beyond ceremonial occasions. Thank you for watching Himalayan Dawn. Jai Hind, Jai Sabhidhan.